I don't know. I don't know what I should say.
What do you mean?
This was the best trip ever.
Yeah, I've been hearing this morning.
In Vegas, best trip ever. Ever. Best stories ever. Can I tell them? Thinking about it.
Wow.
One morning, we should probably have cocktails. And then I will tell. I have so much stuff that people can't know.
Just so you know,
I mean, not even about me, about good people, like celebrity people that you guys can't. I can't tell.
Why can't you tell if it's celebrities?
Because I can't.
It's just gossip. Pretend you're reading it out of the paper.
They'll know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
There's one.
Whoa. Oh, that's a shame.
Ah!
Oh. Hi, Danny.
Hi, Ann. How are you?
Well, I'm sucking on eucalyptus. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have much of a voice before you left. Your voice
know.
was going. You're
Did
surprisingly.
you hear me on stage?
I heard you coming down the hall. I went, wow, she sounds okay.
Something amazing happened to me, though.
What?
And this goes against what everybody says. Remember last week I had Southwest Nile virus?
Right.
So I get to Vegas, and I've had a sore throat for 4 days.
Me too. Mine's
And
bleeding.
we partied all night Friday night, and I drank so much vodka I couldn't remember where I was. And I woke up, no sore throat, and never felt better.
See, that's what I should
Wow.
have had. Okay. All right. That's what I try then.
And I feel great.
Vodka?
Vodka's the answer. By the way, my motto in life, vodka's the answer.
See, because I'm just about done with Coors Light.
Really?
I think if I smell one or see one, I will throw up.
Well, you probably have to drink so much of that to get your buzz on.
Any drink that arrives in a bucket.
I know.
Is a
And,
good sign. I just want to strap it to my face like a feed bag.
Right.
and you know what's really great about George Maloof at the Palms?
Almost everything.
Yeah, everything is great about him. But he, because we work with him as a radio station, well, he comps our drinks when we get a hello table at Ghost Bar.
A bucket.
Right. So I know that they charge like $8 million for a bottle of what's that, Grey Goose?
Grey Goose would be like $200 up
No,
at the Ghost Bar.
it's $3.25 a bottle.
$3.25 at the Ghost Bar?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Because it comes with condiments.
Yeah, but you get a whole thing. It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
spread.
presentation.
But $3.25 for a $35, $40 bottle of vodka? Yeah. Wow.
I think there's some markup on that.
Yeah. I'm in the wrong business with this pizza action.
No kidding. Anyway, although pasta is the most profitable of all the
Yeah?
foods.
I've heard that.
Yes, it's true. By
Gives you an
pound.
idea how involved I am in the actual operation. Really? No, it is a good sign. You don't want me cooking and messing around.
Not pizza pasta.
Right, but you should know what's making money at your restaurant.
Nope, nah, Gotta trust the Darren, otherwise it's a job. I got a job, thank you.
So it's pretty funny that he pretty much allows us like 2 bottles of something.
Right.
The lady comes up and she's like, George just said you guys could have 2 bottles of whatever you want. So we, of course, get Grey Goose because everybody likes it.
Good, because Coors Light would have been a waste of hospitality.
Okay, that's what I did.
I'll have one $325 bottle of vodka and a Coors Light, please.
Well, actually, Poncho and a couple of the others wanted Coors Lights as well. So I got one Sky vodka bottle and presentation and then 12 Coors Lights.
Well, that's good. That's nice.
And that was our thing every time.
Very nice.
Oh, there are issues, there are safety issues that we can't tell one story.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the one you told me.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got grilled on the plane about that yesterday.
And so obviously there was one particular girl that had a problem with an jealous boyfriend.
Yeah. We left minus 2 girls yesterday.
Yeah.
Came up. Yeah, it was ugly.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I'm just.
I can't wait till you get to the stories you can actually tell.
I know. Yeah, because well, hers is a life thing.
Somebody died?
No, it's just that. Jealous husbands and boyfriends. There were a couple of them that showed up
Right.
and yanked their wives
Wow.
and girlfriends.
Think about it. World's wildest bachelorette party.
believe
My
me, do I
woman's not
understand.
going.
Right.
And it was really cool because we sold like they gave a $200. Oh my God, it's gonna be a long morning. 200 allotted tickets to sell,
Right.
and then they sold out of all those.
Right.
So, and they thought, well, we don't really know what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. This is mostly the party for all our people. Well, then all these poor girls showed up with their little veils with penises hanging out
Right,
of them.
sure.
But they let them in. I thought that was really nice because that would be sad. You're like, can we get in? You have your little penises hanging from your veils, and then you have to. No,
I think that
sorry.
should be in law just in life. If a girl shows up with a veil with penises attached, you should just let her in, no matter where it is.
Oh, yeah, it was a very popular look.
Yeah.
And almost overdone, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we need to think of something new. And you know what, you guys, and I know that you don't care, but I felt really bad about this, but this is my own thing, and I know you guys are like, I don't care, I didn't even know. Or you were hammered, and so you thought it happened. But I thanked everybody but Jack and Stench. And honest to God, I could have never, ever done it without you guys. And so I'm so sorry I didn't say thank you on stage because you guys are awesome. No, but I felt so bad. I was like,
Dude, Jack was the star of the show.
oh my God,
with the
Jack
long
is
suit.
so popular.
That show fucking ruled with Jack walking around.
He was the biggest penis ever.
Yeah, I
But,
saw the suit.
Not only in real life, but I mean, but this was the biggest, funniest penis suit you've ever seen. And the chicks.
As opposed to the giant, unfunny penis suits.
Well,
Yeah,
I've seen
different.
those.
I saw the less funny one, I guess.
Yeah.
They took me into the kitchen at 9 to harass the head chef.
Oh, no, they did not.
Oh, yes, they did. And I chased him around the kitchen with all these busboys just dying.
I go, tell him you're his twin brother.
Because I have never met a head chef that wasn't like kind of an ass.
no,
Yeah,
he
they're-
wasn't amused.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, there's cleavers and stuff in there.
Well, right.
Guys,
What?
the list of things you can't talk about is growing ever longer.
When Stench says to me, I don't know, can we talk about that? I go, I don't know. And he leaves. So if you're saying I don't know, and it's the producer.
Then it's
and-
probably a no.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And a very uneventful. I went to a huge picnic. Was my big.
See, that was sweet.
It was really super fun.
See, that's good because I really believe that Vegas should only happen once every like 3 years.
Yeah.
Or some kind of like when those locusts come in.
You know what?
When
You
they're-
don't do Vegas when you do the world's wildest bachelorette party, and it's called Jamie White's party. That's not the same as just going to Vegas.
Wow, there was a lot of stuff.
You could do 20 trips to Vegas without the wear and tear on your body and mind that one Jamie White's bachelorette party would do.
It was a great time had by all. All of a sudden, I'm going into shutdown mode. Oh God, there's just so much to talk about, and I swear to God, I was trying to organize it last night, and I was exhausted last night, and I thought, well, I don't know. Because I just don't know how to tell y'all and like what and where and there's just so many side shoots of stories, and the best thing that happened, well, there's 80 things that happened that was
Right.
the best, but one of my my girlfriends that we all know,
Okay.
and she works with us, not exactly here, but she works with us, maybe an
Okay.
ad agency, maybe whatever.
Right.
She just works with us, and she's a
There's
professional.
20 radio stations. There's ad agencies. There's
Right.
all sorts of people.
Right.
Thousands of people.
Right, and she wears a suit every day, and she has 4 kids?
All right.
4 or 5.
5, yeah, something
Maybe
like
5, yeah.
that. She's been married for, I don't know, like 20 years, something like that. Well, it wasn't nice, but there was somebody there that I knew would kind of screw with her.
Right.
And so I said to my friend, I said, look, take her outside on the Sky Bar and totally just like mac out with her because it will flip her out. Because she's not like that. She's a
Right.
suit wearing, child loving, husband loving girl.
Was she geezed?
Yeah,
Okay, I was going to say, because what would make you think she would do it?
the geeziness.
Yep.
So she comes back and she's just like a mess. She's like, thank you so much for introducing me to him. Oh my God, he's wonderful.
You know what's really funny about that? Because I didn't go with you guys that night. When I saw her earlier in the day, she told me, you know what I'm doing this trip? I'm only going to have a couple beers.
Yeah, that's funny that I hear that later.
Yeah.
That's how it always starts.
I should actually play the message, but beep out her name, and we should digitally change her voice because it's such a funny, I'm so guilty message that she sent me last night. She calls me at home and she leaves a message going, and she's nervous.
Sure.
I was just wondering, oh my God, I wanted to know like what happened with Jason, and he's really nice, and what happened with that guy Russ, and you know what happened. Tell me gossip because oh my gosh, it looked like you had so much fun, and so can we get our stories straight and stuff? And
Wow.
she never acknowledged it,
Right.
But she knew I knew it. She knew that I
What
knew.
she wanted you to do was call her and give her the gossip and be not included.
Right, like that I forgot or
Yes,
something.
right.
And she was a mess, you guys. And so then she's like, You have to call me. You just have to call me. Here are my 3 phone numbers. Now, I've known her for 5 years. She's only given me her cell phone number.
Right.
But she's like, but don't leave a message at my house. But here's my cell phone. And you know what I did?
My heart goes out to this person.
Just
by the
on
way.
purpose. You know that paranoia that sets in?
Yes.
Because A, you're a little iffy. Like, is somebody going to tell the story? And then B, you're not quite clear of everything that happened.
Right.
I didn't call her back.
Then she's up right now.
She's freaking out listening to the radio show.
Hey,
Right. This is
Susie. That's not her real name.
Stevie.
And not that her name starts with an S, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Pam.
Yeah, this is one of those stories that Jamie wouldn't tell.
Right. Yeah. Well, with names anyway. I
Right.
told the story, but without names, and just as fun, and and the fact that y'all can think of this
Bobby,
woman
but with an I.
as a conservative housewifey kind of woman with suits, and wow, she sure wasn't, and she's a wreck. And how many of you have all woken up the next day going, oh man, what am I gonna do? Like, how do I fix this? And you have to go into damage control.
Hey, I did not give up my favorite pastime because I haven't had this experience 10,000
Oh my
times.
God, you might want to take her to your fun parties over there at the group meetings. Because believe me, this sister was in full damage control mode yesterday.
Such, dude, I
Riddled
cannot tell
with
you
guilt.
how much my heart goes out to this person.
Oh, it was really, really fun. Yeah, I think that maybe sometime we should do confessional Mondays where, you know, because I know some of you just want to get off your chest the bad things you did this weekend. I think we should do that sometime. And actually, I'm going to suggest it to George with like a priest in there that maybe did something bad along the way and doesn't really have his priesthood, but just put him right there. That way people can like...
A priest that doesn't really have his priesthood?
you know, he got kicked out because he...
Ex-priest.
Yeah.
Is there an ex-priest somewhere in the story here?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, what
I
I-
thought maybe you guys did something wild with a deep
No,
rock
I said
priest.
I'm going to put one in a confessional in the palm.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we're going to make it a reality show.
No, you put in a real priest, man, and it costs $5 a minute to confess and get absolution.
Yeah, because believe me, my friend Pam Susie
Bobby with an eye.
so would want to be in there. Like,
Right.
she would like it'd be $5,000.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 100 years since my last confession. I did it with the bus boy. Yeah, you're absolved. 3 Hail Marys.
Yeah, and Jack would have to say so many weird stories in the news today that are worthy of talking about. Wow, that felt good. You
I
know,
think the fact that none of you are in prison is a
that is it's
a
really
story worth talking about
it's a
right
victory.
there. Yeah.
I would call it a victory.
I would do the victory dance if you were up to it.
But Jack went into that Jack slump thing at about 5 a.m. Saturday.
Oh no, way early because we had been up. It was Friday. It was Friday.
We've been
night.
up 24 hours.
We'd been up, yeah, and
Right.
it was time for me to go to bed. And I sent my wife off with them into the night of rain where she partied until like 5 or 6.
But you were the nice guy. I mean, you were just like, it wasn't a pass out. It was more of a, you could just tell Jack was done, but he was really trying to be there for his wife.
Good for you.
You know that I'm really not going to be able to stay awake for 25 hours.
Right.
And he kind of got that little slump, that side thing. And then he started ordering like Diet Cokes.
Right.
Because you could see like his wife was like, oh no, my first night away from the
Right.
baby and out in Vegas. And you could see she's like, honey, do you want to go home? And he's like, no, you're having fun.
The cool thing to do, by
Yeah,
the way.
it was really sweet, Jack.
Just
Oh, no.
thanks. Good night, baby. Have a great time.
And
Yeah.
she had fun. She danced with all you guys.
Oh
and she told
my
me stories.
God.
So, yeah, it was a good time for her. I'm glad.
Well, can I tell you what happened there? So I walked back in to Rain, and your wife and a couple of the other friends, they all had spilt drinks all over them.
I heard about that.
That's funny.
So I, of course, kind of think it's funny.
Right, of course.
Right? You know,
it is
so-
kind of funny.
Yeah, right? I should have brought example A and B. Anyway,
But your wife doesn't drink alcohol, right?
no.
Here's what happened because I thought it was. She said, she's telling me the story next day, and somebody spilled beer on me, and I thought, so what? I guess what happened because it's so crowded that when you walk through the crowd, you hold your drink above your
Yeah,
head.
Right.
It never goes well.
Right, and somebody just dumped it over her head, basically,
Oh.
like
Yeah.
the whole drink. It wasn't like a splash of beer.
Harsh, because girl hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
noticing. Wow, that was big and emotional and stuff. Wow, we like bonded there. Girl hair. Wow, the Dan.
Well, I'm
tuning
married-
in on the emotions of the woman.
I'm married to girl hair.
Yeah. So I have to go down and get my friend Jason because he just got in, and I come back and these girls are like something horrible happened in the 10 minutes I was gone. I mean, they were just all a wreck. And they're all splattered with all kinds of crap. So I think it's kind of funny because I still have girl hair and I have my look going. So I'm like, you guys, let's all go dancing. And they go, look at us. We just went down there. We're like, this is remnants of what happened.
These are the war wounds.
And I'm like, well, I want to go. So they're like, you can see them. They're like, okay, here we go. So the troops go back down to dance.
The wet badge of courage.
And Jason has like a cranberry juice or something. And so we're dancing. I swear to God, wasn't 2 minutes. Some guy knocks his elbow. It was like, no. It goes up in the air, falls all over my favorite white shirt.
Oh.
Just, no. And then the others, oh. You know what? Remember when we got those shirts from the Malcolm Drilling?
Some people just can't have a nice day.
Yeah, that statement.
That's very cool.
Well, here's an example. Olympic bosses. Hold on. That's hard to find. I should mark it. I don't know where it is.
This is good, yeah.
Okay.
This is important music.
All right. So anyway, Olympic officials have gone to court to try to get the Greek edition of Playboy taken off newsstands. Some
Why?
people can't have a nice day.
No, apparently not.
Let's see here. It says the way they show the Olympics, it's a brutal insult. Headlines such as 2004 Seconds of Ecstasy and go for the Sexathon Gold.
Yikes.
Playboy also contains headlines such as Vienna's Wild. I don't know what that means. It says like Rogue and Roll. I don't know what that is. ROGGE. Rogue and Roll, Rogue and Roll, Rogue and Roll, Roger and Roll. It's probably
I think it's supposed to be rock and roll in Greek.
Oh, maybe. It also sports a cartoon of the Olympic rings composed of condoms.
I've actually seen that. I think we have that in our office.
Yeah, the issue at stake here is the protection of the Olympic symbol. There is nothing unusual about this type of action, so they're very upset. Olympic rings cannot be shown as condoms. In the run-up to the Olympics, a number of athletes have posed scantily clad for men's magazines, including Playboy, FHM, and Maxim, and they're not happy about that.
No, I'll bet.
They're not happy about that at all. By the way, speaking of which, I didn't know that you could just do this. You know how you can absolutely, positively ruin somebody's day?
Yes.
Well, but this one's a good one. You would have never thought of this one. I wouldn't have. We can all get together and we can organize. And we can call people and we can all organize. And we can get pictures of absolutely mutilated fetuses.
Yes.
And we can blow them up onto 16 by 20 posters. Right. And we can stand in front of somebody's house that we hate and just call them a baby killer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
For like hours. And we can just protest in front of their house even though they've never had an abortion.
Right.
Because guess what? It happened in New York. A nice woman, she's married. She's been married for a couple of years. Just had actually a baby, 2-month-old baby. She said she's sitting in her living room and she's hearing, "Evil dwells here, evil dwells here." And she's like, what the hell is that racket? You're going to wake up the baby. And they're like, baby killer, baby killer. And it really upset her. So she calls her husband. She's like, I don't know what. And he's like, call the police. So she goes outside and they all freak out on her and baby killer, baby killer. And she sees all these mutilated baby pictures, which just terrorizes her.
Right.
She has a 2-month-old. and they're like, you're Dr. Hudson. She's like, who?
Oh, God.
Wrong house.
Right.
Don't you just hate that?
Yeah, they were supposed to go to Dr. Hudson's house, and somehow they showed up at her house, and she was very distraught.
Now, when you come out and you say, Doctor Who, and they all realize they're at the wrong house, do the loons just take their giant mutilated baby pictures and just go, oh, sorry, dude,
Yeah,
and
they-
walk down the street?
They stick them back in their car, I guess, and look for the other house number. I don't know.
I'd blame MapQuest.
Yeah.
I'd go,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, but
You
I
know
can
that
blame them for
MapQuest.
so many things.
Right.
I got to tell you, they don't often send you the right way.
Oh, really? Oh my God! Once I tried to go to Houston's in Santa Monica,
Oh my God.
went 2 hours out of my way.
Ridiculous
2 blocks away
directions.
from you.
I know. It took us an hour to get there.
I strapped one of those handheld GPSs
God.
onto my motorcycle, and I have no idea if it would have taken me the right way. I just know if I'd have looked down at it one more time, I was going to die for sure.
Yeah, well, that's not a good idea, except for a friend of mine has that in his helicopter. It concerns me as well. I'm like, oh, okay. Can we keep our eyes on the air? Anyway, the thing is, I don't know if you recover from something like this. And your neighbors ever really go, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know, when everybody goes, okay, it was the wrong house. And by the way, the police say, here's what I didn't know, that police say protesters broke no law.
Right.
So if you want to ruin somebody's day, I mean, this is a little bit of work, but I would say it would work.
Absolutely. I know of a specific group. I won't mention who because I don't want them to do it to me. But if you say anything really like bad about them in any way, shape, or form, they send a little team to your neighborhood, and they just say Jack Hine from Burbank. No, it's not even because it's a nasty statement. Let's say Steve. If you say something bad against this group, they have a tendency to go around your neighborhood and say, excuse me, knock on the door, and they look at an official-looking clipboard and said, have you ever heard any stories about Steve molesting young boys? Have you seen young boys around his house?
Oh, it's the Scientologist you told me about.
That would be Stench, otherwise known as Mike Roberts, making that statement.
You guys are crazy, Dad.
That would be Bonaducci of the Griffith Park area telling me about that.
But yeah, I have read, in fact, that they absolutely do that, man.
Well, I
They
heard
will go out-
rumors about it, but I also heard something about a dog and a birthday party and peanut butter. So I don't know how true it is.
I'm going to go with it's completely untrue.
Anyway, so,
That would be Danny Bonaducci of the Griffith Park area saying it's untrue.
but he has a big dog. And by the way, they are true, the statements that they'll make about him.
But I have a big dog.
Whatever they say with their clipboard, yeah.
By the way, I have a huge attack dog, but I found something terrible. If you want to rob my house, bring balloons.
Oh, is he afraid of
A
it?
terrified, flipped out cower under the bed.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, that's good to know because I have a lot of balloons at home.
Good. I have a new shotgun because I don't trust that dog.
Anyway, to go back to this
It
chickaroo.
didn't attack Stench at all, and I tried to make it kill him.
I know.
And nothing.
To go back to this girl. So the thing is like, do you now go door to door and say, I swear to God, you guys, I know that, but listen, I
It
have
was a
this.
mistake.
This
Nobody-
baby
look.
lived. Look,
Look at
I
this
have
baby I got
proof,
right here.
and it really is mine. I mean, do you go
I didn't borrow it.
out of your way to try to prove your innocence? Because this kind of goes back to the show we touched on the other day, which is, no, really, this isn't me. I swear to God, I didn't do it. And you know, where what was that? We called it when you left the condoms in the suitcase.
A misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding.
Absolutely.
Very misunderstood.
Very misunderstood. Because we all have examples of that. But you just, because I still have a little suspicion about her, and I don't know her. And it even made news. It's not her. But you'd still think, I don't know. Yes, Jack.
What I
elongation.
would do is figure out who those protesters were and then go to their house and do the same
Oh,
thing.
that's
because
brilliant.
that would really get them because they're so anti that if
Right.
you went out there and made all their neighbors
So
think that
see
they're
how this
pro-abortion.
feels, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Very
wow,
nice.
that is
Let's
good.
do it, Jack.
Okay.
That really is a great idea.
You know, you
though.
guys are going to Vegas and rocking the world. I gardened and was at a picnic. I got time.
Yeah,
Let's
this-
go pick it.
This is funny. That's a great idea because it would be back at you.
It would kill them.
Well, this woman is really upset because she's like, you know, she's just sitting there like, you feel beaten, like, misunderstanding. Please don't look at me this way, you bastard. So, anyway, again, I didn't know that absolutely no laws were broken, and she's gonna sue, but she has no basis.
Right. 'Cause well, she has no basis to sue just because they didn't break a law. Doesn't make you can't sue civilly.
Well, then that means I'm gonna sue the Palms for this weekend for suffering, but yet a whole hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a tough time on this one.
I don't know. There were so many issues. I think that I don't know what my what's that thing where you overindulge? I think I'll sue on the basis of overindulgence, gluttony.
Hey, did you come up with that line? You said something on Saturday night on stage that I thought, wow, that's genius. Is that their new slogan, or did
that's their
Jamie
s-
make that up?
I think that's their slogan.
What is it?
What happened in Vegas happened at the
What happened?
Oh, you know,
Palms.
yeah, it's the slogan.
That's awesome.
It's on TV.
happened at the Palms.
Yeah. What happens in Vegas happened at the Palms.
What they have on their T-shirts is "What happened in Vegas never happened."
Oh,
No, Jamie said, what happened in Vegas happens at the Palms. And I was like, that's cool.
wow. Maybe I made George a new catchphrase.
Maybe.
Because on the girls' T-shirts they had "Never Happened."
I swear that's what it said in the gift shop. What happens in Vegas never happened.
But that might be the tourism board. I don't know.
I saw
'Cause
Tara
I'm going to
Reid.
trademark it right now. The Palms thing, and I'm going to make millions off that George do if I get him one way or another.
Either way, you're going to get that man's millions.
Oh, by the way, they're very funny at the Palms about the Tara Reid. It's pulling
Love her.
It's pulling a no. It's out that she had her clothes on. She jumped in the pool and she said, "I'm not drunk. Watch this." And a security guy said to me, "Hey, I'll just watch you like Tara."
Well, I tell you, I went into the gift shop and there is the E behind the truth, whatever about Tara Reid, and it's on a loop where it just plays over and over of George Maloof saying, "No, she's a wonderful girl. Spend some time with her. She's really nice." Over and over, over and over.
Oh, they should show the real footage because it's pretty funny because they're very open about it. Yeah, that Tara, a little out of control, little. Stench, I really appreciate that you're going to work on the Olympic. By the way, we're giving you a chance to go to the Olympics out of nowhere for no apparent reason, just
Like in-
because we love you people.
25 minutes or so.
Yeah, just, hey, want to go?
Closing ceremonies, big night.
Okay, because we can just do that for
Well,
you.
you better be ready to pack, by the way.
So Stench is preparing some documentation. Actually, we're going to be doing it, I believe, not today. We'll just give you the
No, we'll
details.
give you the
Yeah.
info.
Anyway, so Stench is preparing documentation, some passport type stuff. But I really need you back for the story I set up about you, unfortunately. Although I do appreciate your hard work on that. All right, so as you know, last week we talked about simple misunderstandings, and it happened again today where the abortion rights people had big 16 by 20 pictures in front of a woman's house saying, baby killer. She never killed a baby in her life. They were at the wrong house.
Right. Hey, do you have to have a special car to carry those big of a billboards?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Like the picket car? Is somebody
no,
like the
I know what
official
it is.
picket mom?
No, I know what it is. It's those glass carrying trucks. You just put it on the side.
Because my Titan, my Cerritos Nissan Titan,
That thing is
that'd be a great picket car. I could not only carry the sides, I could carry the people.
Wow. All right. Well, you know what? Organized.
Big ass truck. Yeah.
Anyway, so here's the deal. As you know, we were talking about that, and Stench had a misunderstanding where there was a condom in a suitcase from years gone by, and she flipped out, and I don't blame her because even though it's a simple misunderstanding, I would still accuse the
Right.
bejesus out of you, and I'm sorry, I would.
Yeah.
It's
I had that
just-
misunderstanding, and there was no way out for
Right.
the longest time.
Right. So it happens to Stench again. Kind of not really a misunderstanding, more of a, I really, honest to God, Dan was just trying to do the right thing, just trying to make my wife happy. How does
Wow.
it turn around where somehow, again, she's mad at me?
Wow.
And I
'Cause it's
present
you.
the tragic tale of the Stench.
All right, let's hear it.
What happened was,
Okay, remember Friday night?
Wow.
he seems a
He
little
starts a little
nervous.
Friday
squirrely.
night we were out late, and then remember my wife didn't get there till Saturday.
Right?
So I slept in a little bit on Saturday, got up, all's well, picked her up at the airport, come back to hotel. She stayed with the baby I didn't stay at the Palms. I stayed at another hotel because
Well,
the
the
Palms
Palms
was
isn't baby friendly.
yeah, and it's
No,
not
it's
baby
not.
friendly
No,
and
it's
it's
not.
overpacked. So we stayed like
Well, and it's simply not a place for kids.
and I stayed far away, by the way. It was like 30 miles out of town. I
Did you
stayed
stay at the Ritz in
yeah, which is out
in
in the lake.
Summerlin?
Yeah, it's
right.
out past Henderson.
Is that it's way
By
out
Lake
there.
Mead out there. I mean,
what
way out there, but it's a little
We
resort.
did
that's
a
quite
Lily Claire
private.
thing out there.
How much was that cab ride?
I rented a car.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I figured, did the math and said, rent the car.
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
So
sorry.
I have the car. Then Saturday, she's like, well, get back early from there. I think it more or less that was don't stay out and get drunk all night with your friends. So,
Right.
all right, fine.
I'll be a good husband
We-
and do the right thing.
we
And
got
Jack
done.
is like wearing on my nerves with the penis outfit.
No, I love the penis outfit. So it was like 11:15 or whatever. We got done by the Palms, I'd guess, on Saturday night with the actual party. And I go, cool. Everybody's gonna go to the clubs now. I'm gonna go home. Drive all the way back out there. So I'm home right around
To the hotel.
Yeah, midnight, quarter till.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. So I fly out there. I go to sleep. I'm tired because we're always
And
tired.
your
on the
wife and the
weekend.
baby are asleep when you arrive in the hotel.
They're already asleep in the room. So I go to bed. 30 minutes into my sleep, she wakes me up and is like, "You're snoring. You're waking me up." So I'm like, "Okay, fine." Got dressed, said, "See you later," and walked out of the room and came back the next morning at 7. And I'm in trouble. I let her sleep all night.
Where
I'm
the
not
hell
snoring.
did you go?
The casino downstairs. There's a casino attached to everything in Nevada, period, if it's
Yeah.
Vegas or not.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, that's not true. At the Ritz, don't you have to walk?
It's
to
a covered walkway that you walk. You never
Yeah,
actually leave
so
the
we-
hotel.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
don't- no,
on
you
a
don't leave the hotel.
technicality.
No, you don't.
it's
You
a
walk
part
out
of
through
it.
the conference hall area. There's a covered hallway like
It's their
100
casino.
feet
It
right
doesn't
into
matter.
the
It's
casino.
their casino. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's not their casino, but it's attached to their
Okay.
hotel.
But that part of the story doesn't matter.
7 o'clock in the morning, I come back with a little McDonald's in my hand. I got in the car.
Shocker. She's upset. He's been gone all night, and his excuse is, I was just trying to do the right thing. You were yelling and bitching at me that I'm snoring, I'm waking you up, and I'm annoying. So the annoying guy left the building, sweetie.
And she's totally pissed.
What do you think? I don't know. What do you think?
Totally pissed.
Because I would be pissed. But yet,
She's right.
What?
But you know, I'm so torn with this one because I'm pissed, right? I'm pissed that you've left all night long, and yet, you know, you haven't said, you know what, I'm going to the casino. Did
Well,
you say that?
I said no. I said I'm leaving. Where do you think I'm going? We're out in the middle of nowhere.
No, you know what? I'd love to have your
Hookers.
back on this, but first of all, if it were me, my wife would be in a panic, and rightly so because of my past behavior. 2, you wanted to show the sacrifice of letting your wife sleep, and instead of splitting, you should have made a big display of sleeping in the bathtub.
Oh, for the sympathy card?
Yeah.
But she
wouldn't care.
give me the
She'd be like,
sympathy card.
good.
Thank you.
Well, then she's mean, and you don't care what she thinks. Go gamble all night and get
went
hookers.
Gambled all
Boy,
night.
this is a hard one.
And when I came back at 7, she was mad and then said, "I didn't know you left. I thought you were going in the bathroom or
What
something."
if you would have been
Yeah.
killed?
And then she said, "I was worried," and I'm like, "Shut up." Go to sleep. I let you sleep and you're mad. Then she is flipped out.
Oh
so
my God, that's
I
so
leave again.
funny. That's so perfect because a girlfriend of mine also said, I was worried about you. Where were you all night? And he said, if by the way, she lived.
I'm sorry?
The skydiver, and I said she fell out of the plane. Well, she didn't fall out. She jumped out of the plane,
Right.
11,500 feet, and her chutes didn't open. She lived. It was miraculous.
Yep, she hit power lines, bounced off. She had like a hairline fracture to her pelvis or something.
Because one of her chutes partially, she didn't like grab
The
hold
reserve
of,
chute.
of the whatever wire. Yeah,
Right.
she hit
the
it.
reserve chute, but then, I guess that hasn't been pulled in a while because some of those cords broke.
Yeah, she only had a hairline fracture. But it also happened with a couple little kids, I guess, over the weekend here in LA. What happened is that, they crawled up on top of a couch and they pushed out a screen window because they're kids and that's what they do. And then they fell 3 stories outside of the window. Nothing. Bruises, some scratches.
But that's,
It's
a
the
shot
weirdest
in the
thing,
dark by
isn't
a
it?
bazillion, yeah.
But you do hear those odd things
Yeah.
where those kids bounce or something.
Right, but it's
Pliable bones, I
it's
guess.
the same version of us saying, well, no guy ever does this, and then that guy calls who does that. You know, if you jump out of a plane, your chute doesn't open, you die. Except that lady.
Yeah, well, right. Statistically.
Right? It's not It's not
And if
good
I
for
worked
you.
the math on it, it'd probably happen, and it should happen almost every time.
I would suggest everyone in the world chain smoke 5 packs of cigarette a day rather than jump out of a plane without a parachute, and you'll probably live longer.
Right. I think that's really a great idea, Dan.
Plus, it makes me feel better about myself.
So
And you won't sound like this.
we're talking about just doing the right thing. Poor Stench. God love him. He's always a victim.
He's always a victim. For a big guy.
Always that mean old wife of his. How dare her? I mean, here's this big old guy. He's snoring his ass off in her bed. She wakes up going, because I've been that girl.
Mm-hmm.
You're snoring. Could you stop? Oh, I'll show you, my pretty. So he gets all ticked off, puts on his clothes, leaves for the casino until 7 in the morning, shows up with McDonald's. She's all bent, and he's like, I was just trying to do what you wanted, which is I snore, apparently, so I was just getting out of your way.
Okay, let me ask you a question there, Jamie.
Victim.
Was he trying to do the right thing or was he trying to piss her off?
He was a victim, Dan.
I was trying to
He
sleep.
wasn't trying to piss her off.
I was trying to sleep. I would have much rather stayed there and
Right.
slept.
But there wasn't another way around but to go gamble all night till 7 in the
You
morning?
don't think you were maybe pushing a button right there?
No, I just got up, put my clothes on, see you later, walked out the door.
Right.
But you're
But
not-
even your tone of voice when you say see you later shows that you're trying to bug her.
Hey, I had
Or
fun.
it's more of a I don't need this crap from you
Right.
thing.
This
Instead
was
of,
not a
This was
casual.
not a victim. I'm worried about your sleeping safety.
No, this was I'll show you.
This was all right. Sleep then. See you
Uh,
later.
okay,
I'm
so
gone.
that's more of
you
a-
sleep. I'm gonna go, and I gambled. Thing is, it wasn't like I never came home. It wasn't like she thought I drove off the road and
Here's
died.
the only problem I have with a lot of you all that are victims. Because it happened to a girl that jacked me over this weekend, and I said, "Why don't you put yourself in my shoes, sister?" But of course, nobody can really do that.
Right.
So if now I really try hard, concentrate. So you and your wife are in bed. You're like, "Honey, you're snoring," and she's like, "Ugh, "Fine, I've had it." She gets on her clothes. She doesn't say a word. She's like, "See you later." Leaves. Doesn't come back to 7:30. Thoughts?
Honestly,
Put yourself in the no. You got to put yourself in the moment. She is gone for 7.5 hours. Your wife.
I wouldn't
in the
know.
middle of the night.
Because the second she walked out the door, I would have fallen asleep, and I would not have waken up until the next day. And then I might have woken up and went, "Oh my God, where is she?" But until then, I wasn't worried about
And then when you found out she was gone for 7.5 hours all night, thoughts?
it. In a casino,
Yeah.
where we were at, I wouldn't have a problem.
Oh, he's
Be
still
like,
not
"Go."
really putting himself there because it's easier not to.
No, it's,
It is just
it's
easier
where
not
I
to,
was.
isn't
I thought I was doing her a solid, as Jack would say.
I think
And
it's I that would say that.
I don't think Jamie's telling the truth because what Jamie would have said is, why don't you put yourself in my shoes? Because I saw her by the pool. And for 5 minutes, Jamie came by. I stopped by. I thought, oh, she's going to hang out with us.
Right.
She looked at me and said, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to shoes.
I know, and it's so funny because Jason's friend goes, "Hey, you know what? Where are you going?" I said, "The Forum Shops to go to shoes." And he said, "God, I really need a new shirt. Do they have a place there called Shirts?" And I said, "No, back off, bitch," and I left. And that's true. And I actually ran into our boss, B-Rad, and his lovely girlfriend, and we sat and I had a beer. They had water.
Were they at shoes?
They were right next to it having dinner, and they could see in. At food, yeah.
Because he's got a shoe thing too. He buys shoes
He
like
just
crazy.
smells them.
He's got more shoes than any guy I've ever
He
seen.
told me
A billion stories about Vegas, which, there are some that we can tell and some that we just can't. And I'm sorry about the ones we can't. Someday in time, as we all walk away from them and they become a little of the past, then,
Right.
It's like when somebody dies or whatever, that rule of when you can joke about it.
right. Tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Right. So we have to give some of these a little time because there's going to be some issues. All I know is there are some missing women from our bachelorette party. A lot of us have seen, what's that movie called?
Open water.
Open Water, where a diving boat, one of those, hey, tourists, come on, the diving boat. We'll take you out there. Well, they left 2 of them. We left some. I mean, we had their names on the roster,
Did
though.
they leave some or did they vanish on their own?
And they vanished.
2 vanished. 1 left or
Right.
disappeared.
Right. Yeah. And so we don't know anything else.
No.
We have
We have no details to report at the Sun.
nothing. We're going
All
to
I
have to,
know is it's her fault that I was in boarding group B on Southwest Airlines.
because y'all were waiting for us so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what I know is that next time we're just going to have to put those low jacks on them.
Yep.
Everybody that goes with us, and myself included, we all have low jacks.
Panty jacks.
And
that, that was done by him.
What?
Panty jacks.
Would you care to explain?
Well, no, I had something cool happen though, because over this weekend there were a lot of hot reality guys there, right?
Right.
I mean, like a lot of them. We had what, about 10 of them?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, okay, but no, and so my wife's
I
there.
can't talk about it.
By the way, I saw like several of them hitting on Sparkles throughout the evening.
That's what I was gonna say.
I almost punched him in the face.
Well, but whatever, it was a boost
Was
for
she
her
wearing
ego.
a ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
It was-
I thought maybe
Oh,
they
no,
were
they
a
didn't-
victim.
They didn't care.
Shut up.
Yeah, they didn't care.
No, they didn't
Big
care,
bang.
and they were hitting on her, and whatever, that happened.
And
Your
God
wife
bless
is
her.
hot.
Probably made
Right.
you feel good. Probably made her feel good.
No, it didn't make me feel good. It makes me
Not you.
jealous.
Makes her.
Oh yeah, it
feel
made
good.
her feel good. But I won the jealousy game because these guys are all reality guys and whatever, they might end up on E someday. I had Jeannie Buss all over me. She owns a
yeah.
team.
She
So
owns
when it
the
came down
Lakers.
to the quality of the person who was hitting on you, I
Quantity
won.
versus
No,
quality.
you
Yeah.
kicked.
Wow,
You kicked
Jack.
ass.
That even makes me feel more shame for what I did Saturday then.
Dude, I love her.
Yeah, I do too.
Jeannie is freaking cool.
Oh, by the way, yeah.
Love her.
Except for, you know what? I'm very disappointed in her. She's an FSF.
What?
Wow.
What's that?
Well, it's a bad name for what she is.
An FFS?
FSF.
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 Friend
F squared to
stealing?
the S.
A friend stealer?
Nope, she's a fun spoiler friend. She
Wow.
brought her friend there,
Stacy.
Stacy.
Yeah.
Wow, wasn't really gonna. Well, okay, fine.
No, because she got mad at Jack and I for not giving her shout outs when we talk about Jeannie.
Oh, she.
She got really mad.
Well, then, if y'all
Be
see
careful
Stacy,
what you wish for,
why
baby.
don't you ask her how her night with Jamie, that the guy from The Bachelor, was?
Oh, we didn't say that now.
Well, you said she just said.
She wanted her credit.
Yeah.
A shout out is kind of yup, yo.
Whoa, whoa.
You know the hot guy I was gonna marry, the blonde guy?
Yeah.
Jamie.
Oh, too late. Stacy
She stole your man?
kissed on him.
She's a bachelor stealer.
No, but the thing is that so Phil Jackson shows up at the bachelorette party.
Really?
Which, by the way, is the funniest thing ever. Like,
The Zen Master was at the bachelorette party?
Yeah.
Awesome.
it was just
Awesome.
so funny and a superstar. I mean, I can't believe how much everybody went crazy.
Superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar.
Poor Lance Bass is over in the corner, like, hey, what about me? can't. So, first of all, how cool is it the Athens thing?
That we're giving you a chance to go to the closing ceremonies.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
By the way, just a side note, you got to be able to leave by Thursday, and you need your passport.
Yeah, you do need a passport, and you're leaving like right away. So get
Thursday.
prepared.
Passport needed. They do expedite it.
And
By
it's
the
you
way-
and a friend. It's 2 people.
Yeah.
So you'll still have 48 hours. I mean, technically, because I've done this, because I lost one. If you win tomorrow, I mean, really, it does work because they have it online. You can expedite it in 48 hours.
By the way, I didn't
It's
get
just
to finish
scary
all
as
the info
hell.
because we were running out of
And
time.
it isn't what?
Just get a high colonic because I guarantee people that are going to be looking at that when you cross borders.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was checked. Yeah, when you get a passport 48 hours in advance and there's things. But that's okay. I mean, you go through what you have to. So, yeah, show up at 8 a.m. That's the important part at the Johnny Carson.
And be ready
Park.
to be stupid. The actual event is called Synchronized Stupidity. So
Right.
you got to show up. Here's the deal. And once you mess up, and we will have a body of judges, correct?
There's going to be a bunch of judges. We'll have the people lined up in front of you, and all they have to do is follow along the dance.
Your routine.
This
The
is
dance
tomorrow
routine.
morning. We're having Jamie and Danny's Distorted Olympics, 9 a.m.
I'll be there at 8 a.m.
Yeah, but you got to be there by 8 a.m. Johnny Carson Park in Burbank. That's right across from NBC on Bob Hope Drive. Everybody that shows up needs to participate in Synchronized Stupidity.
You should probably just mark out your 9 a.m. because that's confusing, I think.
Yeah.
Because they need to be there at 8.
They need to be there at 8 to sign up and practice and all that stuff, and then Dan's going to show up at 9 to lead them to the gold.
Right. So,
I
Yeah.
got to work on my routine tonight.
8 a.m. We'll see you guys there if you want to go to Athens for
Oh,
free.
you can count on that move, Sten. She's
Yeah.
doing the bye move.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. You best.
And another thing to think, too, is if you are not the most athletic person in the world, we're thinking of you. This isn't geared to, like, have
Oh,
some
no.
athlete win.
This is fat friendly.
Anybody. Yeah, it's a fat-friendly competition.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
Danny's
So-
moves, bye, a couple
My
flip-flops.
double back handspring into
I
a
know,
full back
you're
flip
gonna
is
have
out.
to,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
out.
Yeah,
It's
sorry.
a fat-friendly event.
Yeah. So synchronized stupidity. It was kind of funny speaking of stupidity, and I was sad for these guys. So we're all in the real world suite, and a couple of the strippers come up, and they have to strip. Well, it's really awkward, right?
Sure.
Because it's all of us, and we're all judging them, and these poor guys, they're not in outfits or anything. We turn on like the radio, and it's in like or it's free, and they have to kind of dance to that.
Right. Nice.
And then we find a CD, so they're stripping and they're just humiliated. Well, then Jack and Stench, who, by the way, played full ball with everybody over the weekend. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys were awesome. I mean, you were just amazing. So they did their rendition of what had just happened.
Right.
So they did Siskel and Ebert strip.
Nice.
It was hot.
It was really hot. And so the stripper's like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing and humiliating. And we're right there. And I go, look at them. And they go, we'd so much rather be doing that right now. And there is something to be said for that when you're trying to be, like, if you come out there and you're a full-fledged dancer.
Right.
And you're trying to be 1, 2, and you're like, serious?
There is
Or just letting your guard down and being the Jack of the Stench.
yeah, there's an expectation of perfection when it's your job. When it's Jack and Stench, you just anything can happen.
But they were right. Like, it's so much easier to do that, what you guys were doing, being silly, than 2 serious strippers trying to perform for these girls. Are like, what are you doing?
And they were the nicest
why are
guys.
you
They were
doing it?
nice. yeah.
After it was over, they came up and I was talking to them. They were super nice. They were Thunder from Down Under guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then on
They fart and strip.
right on Saturday, Jamie, brought us up again to do our stripping routine.
For
And-
200 people.
Nice.
And what I found out, which is a little extra embarrassing for me, is all night I was in that penis costume.
Right.
And it was about
By the way,
90
is that
degrees.
something you guys should ever hear from your husband?
Right.
So
All night I was in the penis suit.
Yeah. It's not normal. But go ahead.
But it was fun and I had a great time.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
you were-
complaining,
And
by
you
the
were
way.
a great penis.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
But
You really got into your role.
it's
And
it's
vice versa.
And I know what motivated him. But go ahead.
right. It's foam and felt and whatever, and it was about 85, 90 degrees outside at night. So I was pretty sweaty in that. And when it was time to strip, I was out of it. Well, I guess when I dropped my pants, I had a nice sweaty butt crack when it,
Oh, that's hot.
and
Jack.
somebody said, I have a picture, I'll send it to you.
that is hot,
Yummy.
baby.
Yeah, that gets my nipples aroused.
Right,
Mine
lights
too.
on. We took our clothes off. Jack and I got down to the chonies.
I know.
So
and
you
which
had butt crack.
because it worries me about you and the, pattern.
I rule.
That's all I'm gonna say to keep it
If you
clean.
guys ever run for president, those pictures are going to come out.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we
It could
did
destroy
porn.
you.
We did porn. We've done worse than that. Stripping's no big deal.
That's true. Okay.
So here we are at the world's wildest bachelorette party at the Palms, and Jack's lover, Jeannie Buss, who owns the Lakers, is there. High quality, by the way, as you said, Jack.
I went to steal her because I love her.
I love her too.
I sat and talked to her about we watched the Olympics and talked and did commentary on all the things that were going on. And she's a girl. I love her. Usually girls don't do
what's
that.
odd about Jeannie Buss, owner of the Lakers, is she's normal, which is creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be all
totally
jacked
cool.
up and kind of bitchy.
Nope, all normal from what I've seen of her, which is not much. But what I've talked to her, she seems like a regular girl.
So then Phil Jackson, who she has been known to enjoy the company of
Yes.
for years, he shows up. And he doesn't really look that comfortable with a bunch of women, 200 women with little veils with penises hanging off of them.
I can understand that.
He looks like he's ready to get his lover, Jeannie, and get the hell out of the veil and penis town.
Right. I was thinking Dodge, but Vale and Penis Town is good.
Yeah, so you can just, this is not his gig.
Right.
Phil is about Buddha, not booby.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, thank you. I worked on that one all night. Wow. So I see him leaving with Jeannie and Stacy. I'm like, nuh-uh, no. Oh, no, you didn't, okay?
Wow.
Because Jeannie specifically writes me an email. It's Stacy and mine. We're girls' night out. Phil has some business to do. We are going to go out. We're going to get crazy. I see her Friday. I said, are you going to go out and get crazy? Oh, yeah.
They were when I saw them.
Well, they left at 10. Didn't see him again.
So the
Okay, so that was 10.
Maybe that's crazy for Jeannie.
And then she called Phil and checked on him and stuff, which you don't do while you're out with your girlfriends. It's like a chick rule.
No, that's, yeah. You're breaking the code.
She's
Yeah.
in love with that guy.
So then Saturday we're at the Penis Village, and there they go, Phil, Stacy, and Jeannie. And all I could think to myself is, I'm so sad for the Stace Meister.
Why? You think she's the third wheel?
She's not only the third wheel, but she's the chick that's like, but you promised we were gonna go out.
How do you know there's not a whole lot of creepy weirdo action going on there?
Because trust me, as much as you want to fantasize about that crap, the Zen Meister isn't into.
Ain't doing it?
And he'd be really offended that you said that, by the way. But no, there's no creepy action at all. I don't even know how much there is with Jeannie and the Zen Meister myself.
Wow.
I think they've been dating that long where it's like, like rubbing the Buddha belly is all crazy for him or something. I don't know. Anyway, so she's an FSF,
Right.
a fun spoiler friend. Or a friend spoiler. She's spoiling the fun friend. The fun of the
Wow.
friend. She's spoiling the fun of the friend. So she's a Safoth.
Safoff.
She's a Safoth.
Wow. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be those.
Yeah, that's what she is. She's a spoiler of the fun of the friend, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Safoff.
Safoth. We're going to work on that one.
Yeah, I think we
Do you
should
need to
iron
fine tune that
out.
one, you think?
Yeah, maybe just.
Shocking and I mean really great that Jeannie Buss and Phil Jackson got married on Saturday.
What?
Yeah, they got married Saturday night. Like what, 2 a.m.?
I think so.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? My God, something is in the weather there.
Yep.
I don't
We
know
beat
what.
the tabloids on that one.
Yeah, they got married Saturday like at 2 a.m. We saw them too. They looked like they loved each other. But that's what I wanted to talk about again is the old FFS. We changed it up. The friend fun spoiler.
Right?
And it happens a lot in Vegas because Monica did it to all her girlfriends.
Ruin their fun?
Yeah, because all these girls show up. They're all going to do their bachelorette thing. And then Monica hooks up with her husband who's staying at a different hotel. And they all get together and do couples. And none of her, her girlfriends are like, this is our last night. Let's go out. Let's be girlfriends.
Right.
So that's what happened with Stacy, Jeannie's friend. She goes out with Jeannie. They're going to get crazy. Next thing I know, there goes Phil. There goes Jeannie. There goes Stacy.
That'll happen.
Total like, okay, I guess I go with you guys. Great.
I've kind of become that guy in a way.
The friend fun stealer?
Yep, or spoiler.
Sorry. I messed up that word.
If we go to do some wild and crazy thing, everybody gives at least one thought to, drinking around Danny.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different one, but you're right. That
Yeah.
works here.
I'm
Oh boy, I don't know. What are you?
thinking about.
I
I'm a
was
spoiler.
all by myself with the FFS. You got to think of your own on this one.
I talked to. I'm thinking about getting my skipper's license for bareboat chartering, and I had to actually call the boat company and say, "Listen, I don't want any alcohol on the boat because I'll be out for 3 days, and I'd prefer that nobody drinks alcohol on the boat. It's my boat. I'm paying for it. And all my friends are just going, well, you suck. What's a boat trip for 3 days?
Well, you're a BKD,
Which is?
Buzzkill Danny.
Yeah. But I've never been sober at sea, like ever.
Yeah.
You know, and I just, even though I'm all chalked up on that Ambu stuff, it's just a big drag. I don't want to do it. I want to get my skipper my bareboat charter license.
Yes, Jack.
Where did you get a boatload of friends from?
That's right. You always tell us you have
know
no
what?
friends.
It's Chris Doohan, and I asked him on the spur of the moment at the picnic. You're absolutely
precious.
right, Jack. It was my imaginary group of friends. As a matter of fact, I was doing this completely
And
solo.
what's really funny is it would be a boatload.
I was doing it completely solo, and it happened to come up, and then I thought, I better invite this guy.
You added friends for flavor.
I was kind of wrecking my own time and just added friends.
Oh.
And it turned out the skipper, they go, well, no problem, he's a vegan. And I said, they drink like pigs. They just don't eat eggs.
So you made like the skipper kind of your friend?
No, then I backed down and said, no, he can bring anything he wants. Just tell him not to bug me.
That's so sad,
I know.
Dan. Chris doing.
But I like Chris
Doesn't he
Dillon.
turn like red?
No, that's old Bob. I haven't seen him in years.
Oh, okay. That guy, that bright red guy.
No, his father is Scotty from Star Trek. He's getting his star on the Walk of
Oh.
Fame on Friday.
Right.
And there's some big Star Trek convention, which has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Although, what a huge buzzkill that is, because I have to go to a Trekkie convention.
Yeah.
There's a place not to be sober right there.
But
People
at
wearing
least it's
Vulcan
the
ears.
dad. It's not like the guy you're hanging out with.
Right.
So I think there's something about that.
Right.
maybe.
There is something.
And it's legendary, so.
Thank you.
The other thing, I saw the FFS happen more than once, and again, a lot of you have this happen at your bachelorette parties, or that one night, y'all, your girlfriends and you finally like decide to gussy up, if you will, and go out, and then there's one crazy bitch on the phone to her husband or boy, I miss you. Oh, do you want to come and meet us out? And you just want to reach over and knock their head off. And I've been that person, by the way. I'm not guilt-free of this, but our friend Dr. Siegel
Yes.
and his
love him.
his little sidekick Eric. Well, I am in Ghost Bar, and I look over, and Eric is he's just done. He's just pissed off. I'm like, Eric, what's wrong? I was totally hooking up with these chicks downstairs, and Howard made us come up here because he liked that one girl, and she was coming up here. So he's just sitting in the corner pouting, and then he's kind of, not only has Howard ruined his fun,
But
because
he's ruining it back.
he's running it back because he's
Absolutely.
pouting.
I
So-
got the powder as the fun spoiler on this one.
Yeah, because, okay,
At least
so...
Howard was going for a chick.
Right, and by the way, if you're gonna do that thing, you're in Vegas, like encourage your friend. Go, all right, we'll go up to. She's hot. I'll go with you. We'll see what happens up at
Plus,
Ghost
it's
Bar.
not like there's not more chicks at the Ghost Bar.
But don't you hate that powder friend?
Yes.
Oh, the powder friend can send me over the edge. I'm just done with powder friends. He was just sitting there,
The
like,
Powder Pal.
nice.
Because we got to do all these
I
alliterations
love
today.
it. Yeah, he was just sitting there and just bringing the whole thing down. And I'm like, you know what? Either like buck up there, buddy. And it happened with Audrey. If you remember, I went to Vegas with her. I was so excited. She said, let's just go back to the room and talk. We never get to talk. We're in Vegas. We're not going to go back to the room and talk. But I
Especially
don't go
with
out.
Audrey.
I'm tired. This isn't my thing. I've had 2 kids. I don't want to. Let's go back and talk. I don't want to talk. And then, by the way, and nobody's an alcoholic in this situation, I'll just have a Coke. Oh. We're at Ghost Bar. I'll have a Coke. Let's go back to the room and talk. Okay, you're fun. Glad I invited you.
She's your best pal.
I know. I love her to death. But that, she was going through some kind of weird, she had a kid, she was stressed out and depressed, and that whole thing.
That stuff happens.
Yeah, what is that called? That whole
Postpartum?
Yeah, she had a big old case of that.
She brought a wave machine. Remember, I was there with you. We go back to the room, and she had packed and brought one of those, to relax to, wave machine noisemaker things.
It's the only
Oh
thing
my
she can
God.
sleep to.
You're kidding.
Nope. Does she put it on birds or waves?
She got mad at us for messing up the settings, remember?
Although I got to tell you,
Which
I
is
can.
so funny because I love her to death, and she'd never ever betray my friendship or anything. I love her so much. She's just the bestest friend. She does have some quirks, but go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I can no longer go to sleep without books on tape, long, boring ones, by the way, rammed in my ears. I have to have books on tapes now to fall asleep.
But really, wait,
Yep.
hold on. But the thing is, Jack, where is it?
I can play them over a stereo if my sleeping partner, hence my wife, doesn't mind.
But this is like crickets and like fireflies and stuff. If I had to put this on, I don't know.
Okay, I've tried these, and I'll tell you the problem with them. Aside from they're annoying, is they're on a repetition schedule. And what happens is you time them out, and you're waiting for the next one. It's like he's gonna quack real loud right now.
Oh, so you start,
Yeah, you start memorizing it.
I mean, I love her, but